Hey guys, welcome to Jen Lowry Writes. All right, so today we are doing writing sprints again. I'm starting a little bit earlier. I really am so thankful to my friends Tish and Ann because without these two, I would have not even known about writing sprints. That's why I encourage everybody to find yourself a group of author friends. They can just bring such value to your life. I love my people. But they told me about writing sprints, and I was like, okay, I do my word counts, I get my stuff going. Well, I also can get distracted. And that's the point of the word sprints and the writing sprints and the write with me's, whatever write ins, whatever you guys want to call them. I enjoy this time where I can just have this sustained opportunity to get in front of my screen and type. And then if people want to come up and hang out, that's great. Everybody has their own kind of window of opportunity that they can write in based on family, based on just their preference of writing. I know I work better in the morning. So I'm also pitching ideas with friends. We've been working, like yesterday, we did a brainstorming session because I've got Sweet Potato Jones coming out in August. So in the afternoons, I'm going to be spending my time here at 3 o'clock, like I do every day when I stream, but it's not going to be necessarily writing my thriller. It's going to be talking Sweet Potato Jones or creating materials for that live. So that's what I'm planning in the afternoons because I have to learn to balance. I can't just work my thriller and just write. I have to do the business side of things. And as much as I'm learning and I'm growing, I'm still not there yet. So with all of your help, we'll get there together. So I want to thank my friends, Allison and Riley, for coming yesterday and just hanging out with me. We came up with over 50 ideas, which means today at 3 o'clock, I'm getting started on some of those ideas because there's no better day than to take something fresh that we just worked on together and start putting it out there and start creating materials for teachers. So I'm going to be doing that at 3 o'clock, just working on promotional materials and, learning more about marketing. And we can hang out and talk writer stuff at 3. But right now it's writing sprints. So the way I like to do my writing sprints, well, I was definitely, I think, getting a great time with 17 minutes from when I was doing these for middle grades. Well, now I'm writing an adult thriller. And so I'm doing multiple and multiple because the word count, of course, is a lot different for me. So yesterday I did pretty well. I did chapter 4, but the good news is as soon as I finished the writing sprint session, I closed up chapter 4, put it away, and I've not looked at it since. It's because this is my first draft. I understand that I'm going to go in and I'm going to do a rewrite. So I'm just trying to get these, thoughts out, get everything formulated, get the flow of events. We did the inciting incident yesterday. So I'm going to start just by going and looking at the Save the Beats cat, Save the Cat Beats. Oh my God. Save the Cat Beats. And I have that stuff saved. So that's what I'm going to kind of start with, just to kind of review where I need to be in my 3-act structure. So I've never plotted a book before. So all of that was brand new to me. I have thoroughly enjoyed plotting. Well, I will say loosely plotting out. Okay. And so I'm in the setup, the catalyst, and then we're into the debates. Lovely. I like looking at the 3-act structure piece. Okay. Says there can be like a second thought moment. We shall see what's going to happen. I have no clue. I am in chapter 5 of my thriller right now. And I'm absolutely loving how I've rewritten it 3 times. to get it to where it is today, to get it on the proper course. And that's thanks to my beta readers, thanks to just a lot of research. I am still reading Paper Ghost, just to give you guys an update. I love my Libby app, but Paper Ghost, I have 4 days left. And I was like, I'm not going to try to read a whole entire book. I'm trying to go chunk by chunk by chunk and tons of books. But I can't lose Paper Ghost. I can't. I love this book. So I'm on page 256. And I'm excited to see what is going to happen with old Carl. We shall see. All right, so I am going to get started. I've done my review. I've looked at a Save the Cat beat sheet. I've looked at the 3-act structure just to kind of get like the flow in my head. And now I'm going to pull up the Sunday Killer. And I'm also pulling up my Sunday Killer note-taking sheet. I've never had a note-taking sheet with a book before. But because I did some loose planning, which is 4 pages of just, you know, my first part was numbers 1 through 14. Then I did another 1 through 7. And then I did an A through Z planning. And I've just got tons of fragmented ideas pretty much, which I can like read. Like I already know who my foils are. I've already worked out the whole cult angle and all of that, thanks to my son who helped me brainstorm. I don't know if you guys do that, but do you have family members or friends that you just sit and just have brainstorming sessions with? Because that's what really helps me too, to kind of fill in some plot holes that I might have. And I've got my note-taking sheet and my document up and ready to go. I'm using Comic Sans right now, and just because everything you read about Comic Sans with the flow, I'm like, okay. I am on page 40. I started chapter 4 yesterday. I just have the first paragraph, though. Probably won't use it. I'm going to go back in. Okay. On to chapter 4. And now I'm going to set my timer. So I will be doing like 17-minute sprints. So I'm going to put a banner at the bottom, because if people kind of come in, okay, that way they'll be like, where is she at? What is she doing? Because I just learned about writing sprints myself, and I love them. Okay, I don't have fancy timers. I'm old school. "17 minutes. We got it." right, there we go. I had to finish that sentence. All right, so if anybody's here, I would love to know what your writing goals are for today. I know that I'm going to put drop your writing goals here. So that way, if somebody pops in, they'll know to write. Let me see how far I got. And I'm in chapter 5 now. $543. Okay, finally finished that one. I wanted to finish up that sentence. So I'm thinking that chapter 5, this is where there is going to be the interrogations. So they're just, I mean, they're not really, they're doing interviews. And I don't want it to drag. I really liked signing up for the Save the Cat newsletter. And then I got a great tip yesterday. It was like, start where everything else, the build up, just cut all of it out in the chapter, fix your pacing by starting with someone walking in, some kind of dialogue. And so I tried that today with this chapter 5. And sure enough, it started writing with the captain going, nobody recovered at the scene. And so it started with them prepping him after the long day search, because I didn't need to carry the reader through hours, okay, so let me start with chapter 5, and I'll show you guys how after a full day search. So nobody recovered at the scene, asked the captain after we all trudgingly came back to the office after a full day's search. So that lets you know that the search, was called off. It was night. And I spread out the images of the verse painted on the oaks. Not a trace, only this. His face reddened. I knew it was something more. I knew it. Mike said, what? These cases, we don't get these kind of murders here in Millbrook. Having a teenager strapped to a boat. That's haunted me for so long. Did you look through the other files? And so he had told her to look through all the files before approaching the team. And that's something she didn't do. She just jumped. She put the files away and was like, I'll do this my way. I'll just start and I'll go through each one. And so it showed that she did it the way, let's see. Let me go grab the boxes. And then I need to put something like his eyes narrowed. it was a little too late for that. So see, I just went in and his eyes narrowed and I knew he was already making a tick mark that I disobeyed him. Read the files before going all gung-ho, I remembered him saying. Well, it was a little too late for that. Okay, and then I'll just italicize that. All right, so I'm not going to go in and do any more edits. She's about to talk to a mother who has the missing child. And we have a minute left of my brain break. So I like doing the 17-minute sprint and then take a 5-minute brain break just to stretch, just to talk, get water. I have not made coffee this morning. We'll see, we'll see. That's why I was stumbling all over my words. I signed up for a webinar at 11. And so I kind of wanted to start earlier so I could get that webinar in. It was for my job. NC State is putting it out. So I love going to webinars. So love webinars more than doing professional development in person. I just really wish that in the future we could have opportunities for webinars. I love the sit and get. Just give it to me now. Give it to me like that, please, in life. I'm not all about the wagon wheels and let's do the little posters and draw on them. No. Just my style is I love gaining the information, taking the notes, processing it. My son is actually going to join me for this webinar today, and he's going to do it with me, and it's how to be an anti-racist. It's going to be live on YouTube through NC State, and it's going to be for ELA teachers, but anybody can take that. Anybody can go and find that. So if you guys are interested, okay. I'm all about that learning every day. Okay, 17 minutes. Here we go. So I'm writing something and then the story doesn't match up itself. Okay, I gotta fix all that whole thing. Like, no, that doesn't even work. Time was moving is the word that I said. And we were sitting still. Okay. That was my last line. Let's see. All right. Early morning this morning. We might not have anyone joining us for the writing sprints, but I am doing well. This whole structure gives me a great place to be. Yes, I just roll out of bed, don't even no makeup, nothing. It's about writing, it's about researching, and it's getting progress, getting that progress stamp. Let's see what I've got so far with chapter 5. 1169 so far out of 10,000 words. So my goal before NaNoWriMo was to get 15,000 words before I started. Don't know quite if I'm going to make that. However, I really like that I've hit that 10,000 mark in this manuscript. It's a good start because then with Nano, I can possibly, if I meet my 50,000 goal, I could possibly get 60,000 words for a first draft. And then, of course, you guys know when you're rewriting and you're working and you're filling in holes, then your word count will get higher and you'll get closer to like that 70,000 expected thriller goal. 70 to 90,000 is kind of the thriller range. After I did some research on that, it's really important for you to research your genre, kind of know some comparative titles that you like. What are some of the books that you kind of wanted to be side by side sitting on the shelf? So what I want to do is I want to go right now. I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes. And I want to go looking for my lead character. So I'm actually typing in detective just to see what comes up. It kind of like, that's kind of cool how they did that. There's too many of them though. I love going to Pixabay and looking at images. If you guys have places where you guys like to go and check out free commercial use images, y'all let me know the ones that you like. Okay, I'm going to type in female detective. Let me see, there's really nothing. Let me go to Shutterstock. No, it doesn't look like my girl. Let's see. Female detective. I'm trying to see if there's anybody. I love collecting images. I like the images for Pinterest, just to help me with characterization. Let me see her. Nah. I don't know why, but I love doing this as a part of my breaks. I like going and looking at the different images of who my characters could be. I also like looking at actors and actresses. And that really helps me like get a good feel for who I could use as inspiration. But nobody has kind of hit me yet. Like no one's come out and said, hey, it's me. Like I kind of know what they look like in my head, but I haven't found any images that say, oh, wow, this is them. I'm getting no hits. However, I'm on iStock just to look. These are like 2 posed. That would have been cool if it would have had Jade in it, but it didn't. It was like a group of 3. And I like the elder Mike. He kind of looked like a Mike, but the other ones didn't look right in the picture. So it's like I kind of got a good feel for Mike, but I already know who Mike is. And it's funny because I use this same actor a lot in my brain. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of frequency. I love that movie so much. Okay, so this is like, okay, let me go to female detective. On Google search. Sometimes I just like going to the Google searches. And this looks like the Cozy Mystery People, which I could get from Deposit Photos. This isn't a cozy. This is thriller. Let me go to Deposit Photos. I love Deposit Photos. Okay, that's where I'm going. I've got just a couple minutes left. So I'm typing in female detective. What you got, people? What you got for me? Let me see. I like her. Spy Girl. But she's not the one. And my time is up. It would be so cool if I could go through and find her now. And then, so here's what distracts me. Like I can look at images all day. And try to see what stands out for me. See, some of those like vectors, they're cool. Like that looks like so. That's like my diva girl. I could say that could be Jade. I'm going to keep it on here. Oh, look at her. Let me see. Secret agent woman. I don't like all of the black leather. I don't want her to look like that. I was telling my husband, like, for the different styles in the shows, I really like the way that Lisbon dressed as a detective. She wore the black pants, and she always had, like, the little dress jackets. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to show these because some of these are kind of graphic. But I do love the options that I have on Deposit Photos. I just need to spend more time. It's funny that I could find two side characters. I found kind of like what Mike would kind of look like in my head. And I found Jade. But I have not found Heather. Heather would kind of look more like the innocent type. Kind of like the Jodie Foster kind. To me, she always seemed to be like so innocent. Appearance-wise. She was so tough though. I am going to continue reading that book. I know it. I know it. I know. Tell me to stop. Okay, see? Way over the 5 minutes. This helps me though. I'm wondering if I can just type in. Shit, that looks more like Jane. I don't like how they're posing with like the gun and stuff. Here, let me go a few more. Let me try some just different words and see what comes up. Some of this stuff's silly. Oh my, no. She's too old, but I like her outfit. She has like a pinstripe suit on. Let's go. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look up females with like the suits I like. Female business. I had to get away from that. Let's see this. And so what I like about the same, you can do the same model. You can get like the same model images, similar images. You can hit see more on deposit photos. This is where I think they got my sweet potato from. I can see her. I'm trying to see if there's a different pose of her just out of a computer. It would kind of be her, though. If I had to pick one, it would be her. Here, I'll show you who I liked so you guys can see. So, and I'm going to keep looking, but I kind of like her as Heather. She's like, come on, really? I mean, it's not like I would put, you know, her on a book cover, but I need like my girl. So this could be my girl. So I'm going to save. I think I'm going to save her just to remind me. You can't use these because they have all the markings all over it, but it's just for me to remind. And then if I change it, if I find another Heather, then I can go in and fix it. But for right now, I'm thinking she could be my Heather. And then I need to find Jade. But I like the business look. Some of that other stuff I just did not like. I'm just going to keep looking. Some of it was too suggestive. Let's see. Yeah. She could be my Heather. I think she has that innocence about her. And that's how she is to me. And now I have to find. Do you guys, I don't know if you guys do this like as a part of your process, but there comes times where my brain break is going to the images. And then I'm going to go to Pixabay again. and look for my girl, Jade. Because she needs to be this could be the Jade character. I'll get Eli's yeah, that could be my Jade. This could even, she's so pretty. So I get to download her. Okay. Let me Pinterest her. This is for editorial use only, Pixabay license. What is allowed and what is not. Let's see. They may be used freely, even commercially, but not required. Editorial and commercial use. If you are showing an image on your blog, or if you use your images for advertising purposes. Okay, so that's cool how they're now adding editorial use only. So you have to learn how to go now to Pixabay and look at it in a different way. Well, go Pixabay. It used not to be a thing, editorial use. That's why I clicked on it. I wanted to use this girl for the Hartwell Chronicles, but I never grabbed her. She looks way too young. She looks more. My girl is. I also like this girl at one time. I was going to use her. So I could pause. I've had her on another board before. I'm going to add the ones that I like onto my Pinterest board. And then I can just kind of sit with them a little bit and know I like these, and they're free to use, no attribution required, and they're not editorial. Yeah, I like her too. Okay, perfect. And so I'm going to add her on Pinterest. It would be so cool, like if they had the same models kind of thing, like they do on when you go to deposit photos. Like some of these models, there'll be like multiple ones of the same girl, like they keep them all together. That's so cool. I like that. I don't know why. But that is cool. That's a cool image there. So I'm going to save that one. And I thought about changing the title a little bit, but then I was like, nope, I can't. It's got to be that for right now. I mean, it might come over time. Yeah, the girl that I liked for the Hartwell Chronicles, she's got a lot more images on Pixabay now than ever before, or I just didn't find them. But I've already got my girl now from Deposit Photos. We bought those images to use for the model. I'm looking for my cast of characters, so you guys are just popping in. I'm like, something that I love to do. I'm not going to spend much more on it, though, because I want to get back and finish in with this chapter. I can just leave this Pixabay page up. I always change it to Safe Search. I would suggest that you do that as well when you're looking. There's my girl, if I ever write off key, which that's what I actually thought I was probably, going to be writing this summer, was a ballerina book. And you see I'm writing about a serial killer. Completely changed. I was going to do another sweet romance. I may get there one day. Don't worry. That thought's all in my head. I wrote that book years ago. I don't like her outfit. Years ago, I wrote that book, and I lost that book somewhere on a computer that could not be recovered. My husband tried to save some of my files, but he was unsuccessful. I thankfully got Bridges back. At least I got that. I could get lost down this image road forever. Oh, look. That is so pretty. I'm just going to download this picture. It's already like fantasy swirled up. Pretty. Okay, guys, I got to get focused. And I'm only on page 7. Okay. I'll do like up to page 7 and I'll stop and then I'll get to writing. Because I already found some really good images. That could be Heather. And I'm going to be working with the images with Sweet Potato today at 3 o'clock. So just to give you guys, I'm going to be building the promotional materials, the free educational resource guides. I'm going to be building all of that. Well, somebody has mixed her up with a tree. That's some cool stuff. I love graphic artists. People that design book covers, I'm so impressed with them. I love looking at book covers, how they come up with fonts and style and blending and doing all of the different swirls. I mean, it's just amazing. Maybe one day I'll get there. Maybe I won't. Maybe it won't be meant for me to get there. And it'll be meant for me to outsource book covers in the future. I know I enjoy creating them. I've never claimed I'm the best at it. I would never do it for other people. I would never sell services just because I'm not a graphic designer. And I wouldn't want to disappoint people. I don't feel like I have enough skill to be able to have a business in graphic design or any kind of working with the images. I just personally love the images. That could be. Yeah, but that just, see, okay, I said I was going to stop at page 7, did I not? Didn't I say that? And then, of course, I did not. Oh, look at there. That could be Jade. There's Jade. I think I've got Jade. That was fun. See, if I wouldn't have, I'm in a roll. I might as well just waste the rest of my time. No, it's not a waste of time. It's all for the good of the novel. So I found Heather, I found Jade, and that just leads, I mean, I kind of know who my Mike is. There is something that always pulls me to a certain actor. So that may be my Mike, because I can kind of see him as my Mike. Okay. Okay, I'm on page 15 of 16. So I'm almost finished with just this first search. And then, goodness gracious, you can put in all kinds of searches. And you can get tons of different kinds. I like looking at the black and white images too. Okay. I could spend like all day. Yep, I found my main. Okay, are you ready to see Heather? And then I can go. I found her. Okay. There's Heather. And then, so I saved her. And so now I'm going to take you to my Pinterest board. And now I've got to take people off. Because once I found her, there's my sweet Ortega. She was a great inspiration for me when I was writing the Hartwell Chronicles. So let me go to my boards so I can show you guys who my people are. Where's my boards? So I would really suggest that you have boards for, there's something about that I just like. I don't know why. Maybe that'll be somebody near the end. Okay, so I'm going to take this one. And I'm going to delete. Because now I know who she is. I can now go in. But I didn't want to lose these other ones just in case. I know that sounds so silly. I want to keep that somehow. I don't know why. So I'm not going to delete that one yet. But that's Jade. And this one is Heather. Heather is my main. Jade is on her team. And now I've got to find, I have to find Mike and Ben. And so that'll be fun. I've got my two. Hooray, hooray. Now that I feel accomplished now. See? So that's something that I like to do. Okay. All right, guys. So now that I've got my girl here, I'm going to download her. And then I can make images for her on Canva. And I can also put her inside my manuscript. I can always delete her later, but I'll have her here forever. That way I don't lose her. Same way with Jade. I got Jade saved. And now I can make her smaller. And then there's my girl. All right. I am back to writing. Let me see. Where am I at? 17 minutes. Took a longer break, but it's just me writing today. You guys get to see my process. My insides were on fire. Time was moving, and we were sitting still. And then start. I think that is going to be chapter 5. It's a shorter chapter, though. Hey, babe.
Alright.
Yeah. All right. See, we have 9 minutes. I'm going in and building more of this chapter because I'm at the end at the bottom. Okay. I'm going to fix this right here. Yeah, I needed to fix that. It's a part where okay. There we go. Finished that one up. I extended that chapter. Let me see how much I get. On the word count for today. And I'm at 1634. It's pretty good for my first round of chapter 5. So I'm satisfied with that one. I'm going to go to my Jamboard now. So I'm keeping a Jamboard. I'm going to show you guys what the Jamboard looks like on Google. So you can see how much I rewrote. I didn't even put chapter 3, which is silly. I just didn't update it. Okay. So this one is just kind of like a neutral one. And this is chapter 5. It's questioning. If I spell that right. Okay. And then I'm going to put chapter 5 here. And it is 6:30. And how many did I say I got to? 1634. So let me go back over. 1634. And then I'll get my little R sticky note. And I have a total of 10,989. 10,989. 630. Before Nano. go. So I've done chapters 1 through 5 before jumping straight in, and here's my word count goal, which is awesome, because if I'm going to do 50,000 for Nano, then I'm going to be at almost 61,000 possibly. Let's see if I can make it. I'm already at a good jump. So I'm real satisfied with that. And if I do these writing sprints in the morning, I've worked from 8 to 10. So I'm almost at a 2-hour writing sprint. It's about what it takes me to write a chapter for my adult novels. Now, if you guys were following me when I was doing the actual writing sprints for my middle grade, it was a lot different. I could go 35 minutes pretty much, 36, like, you know, in close around 40 minutes and have a chapter done in my middle grade rewrite for Bad to the Bone. So now I'm going from 40 minutes to a 2-hour sprint, which is cool. Get to hang out. Hope that you can join me in the future. We're going to be here for Nano Month, but I'm going to probably continue to extend that time. So my mornings are dedicated to writing. My afternoons are for promotion, marketing, learning all about the ins and outs of that, and just hanging out with my author friends at 3 o'clock. They like to check in. I would love for you guys to hang out with us. We'll be here on Twitch in the afternoons at 3 o'clock. And my writing sprints I'll be doing in the mornings, and be sharing all of that out on YouTube. Now, yesterday I had a dual stream because we were doing a brainstorming session, and I wanted to air that one on YouTube so that way all my author friends could have a bank video. But our Twitch time is pretty much a great place for us to hang out together. But I hope you guys have a blessed day. I'll see you later this afternoon. All right, guys. Bye.